Of course, I mean, the lobby is not that hard. I feel like we should have been way better than we are right now.
Queasy and Veno, folks, mixing it up with the FNCS champion of Chapter 3, Season 1 and Season 2. These guys are not to be messed around with. Watch out.
At that time. What is this? What is this? Queasy, Veno are trying to take it by force.
Savage nailed it.
They landed on him. They landed on him.
No! Oh my god, no!
He's got no gun.
Oh,
He's got the lever.
You only win in one way, and that's taking that crown. Veno is here. Queasy is here. Down goes Seti. It's a big trade. It's a one-on-one. Veno has to get this third tier. He knows now it means everything. We might as well seal this deal. Why wait?
Bubble shield going out. He's trying to bait it. He's trying to bait the revive so that way Cammy might peek. Breaks through the wall. Shot's gonna be fired. And they do it. Become Legends are on top.
Become Legends has officially managed to win the biggest fight of their careers. Cammy and Seti put it all on the table. And you know what? I absolutely respect Queasy and Veno for giving it that chance. The heart of that team is unlike any we have ever seen before. Cammy and Seti have done it.
They have taken it. The point gap is 70 points between them and the next players that are alive. Colin, the emotion,
Wow.
the passion.
Of course, I mean, the lobby is not that hard.
The game is theirs after they
He does damage, stuck up from behind. Queasy with a great follow-up. And oh my god, it was so close. But Queasy touches out in the end. EU.
be living a nightmare.
Fadil, he has a launch pad, he's gonna play for it. High ground, the first ones to go is Veno and Queasy. This is where you expect them to be. They're up top where they are so comfortable. Now can they hold it all the way? The launch pad comes
He's not
down.
only looking for the perfect rotation, he's looking for some players to put some shots on, but a high ground goes over to Peppo.
Whoa, Asia on height now too. This is big. That's something you did not expect. But Veno and Queasy are now looking up, take the side to go for it. They land on top of Asia, and it's all or nothing now. Veno fights for it. The wall gets edited. It's not quite his. It's a battle on all fronts here. Can they win it off? And he does just enough. Veno and Queasy have managed to fight back for high ground in the first game of the FNCS.
He's trying to sneak some extra points. He has the Medmiss sitting in the zone. Veno doing the same, but he's almost all out of opportunity.
This is absolutely what you expect of the best players in the world coming together for this invitational here, to have this opportunity to step up to the plate, represent for your region. This is what it's all about. Veno by himself just working his way, ratting his way through the build. Acorn is as well. There's a set of major points separating them. Veno looks to high ground. He says, I'm not going to allow you to just sit there and focus me. Trulex is meanwhile in the low, looking for something to do here, turning builds into Chrome. Remember, he can slip through any one of these now. He's becoming desperate.
He's just trying to reinforce the little bit of the builds that are around him so nobody can quickly edit through and try to pick that shot from Miram and Tagu. They don't have that high ground, but they have that mid layer trying to find that comfortability. Veno, only 2 HP, no Medmiss left. He's gonna have to try to find a siphon here, but no, he gets dropped. Elimination each, taking out one of EU's exciting teams is Queasy and Veno. Another exciting team coming in with all the momentum in the world, winning an EU Elite Cup, winning the NA East Elite Cup Finals back-to-back in the same day.
Crazy.
If that's not what you call preparation, I don't know what is.
And they're showing us why they're up at the top right now. And they are taking advantage. A northwest zone is excellent for a team like Veno and Queasy. They find Anas down low. That's going to be their 4th elim. Pink does not stand a chance if they decide to focus together, but it's more important for them to maintain the position right now. And this zone's going far. It's going to cut back towards Acorn and Edgy side. And Smite and Larson are still in the game as well. Veno and Queasy have the high ground. Queasy manages to crank his way on up, and that is what you call a well-executed launch pad play there to keep them in the run here, but there's still more points that they have to close out.
HD and Tripram, this one is gonna get messy for everybody that's stuck down low. But for Veno and Queasy, they have the elevation. They have a huge advantage. Plenty of mats to work with. That's a recipe for success. But it's up to Cold and Scented and a few other teams to try to take down the high ground team.
And don't forget, Tripper and Thomas, who had a 10-point lead, is still here as well. Thomas HD wants more though. Down goes Grolls, and they are closing the gap. But he loses his teammate. He's gonna fall. Top 3 now. Scented is still in the mix here, in the conversation, but no build. Big shot comes in from up top. And all of a sudden now, it is looking so dicey. Queasy is just waiting.
Waiting for that perfect opportunity. They have the high ground. They drop down low. The game is theirs after they take down Bevy. That is game number 5, sealed up by Veno and Queasy.
And the biggest game we've seen so far in terms of elims, coupled with a victory royale. Huge 11-piece pickup right there for Veno and Queasy. Now think back to that interview when they sat there, Veno very nonchalantly, hands behind his back. He said, "We are the best, undoubtedly."
As EU takes yet another game. And honestly, this was the hottest team coming in to the FNCS Invitational.
I'm here with your Game 5 winners, Queasy and Veno! Queasy, fantastic work there. Eliminations, an extraordinary end to game number 5.
Yeah. What else is there to say?
What else is there to say? I mean, the competition has been great to you guys today. You've had unbelievable work thus far. Scored a lot of points in this competition. How much are you enjoying your time here as well?
A lot, to be fair. It's amazing. Like, the atmosphere and everything is just sick to be here.
Yeah, and we saw as well, Veno, we saw that obviously the storm moved up mountains, down again. How integral is resource material management in situations like that?
It's very important, but it's also great getting refreshes. Me and Queasy got good refreshes. We kept our mats alive. We used our splashes well. We played that game really well.
Now you've got one game left today before we kind of pull the curtain down on day number 1. You seem to be feeling confident. You seem very laid back. Has it been a competition you expected, or has there been other things at work here that you didn't expect coming into this?
The Asia team surprised me.
Yeah.
They've been doing really good. Brazil's been doing good. NE's not so good. But I think everyone's doing good, you know. And the competition's been good. No one's really been on high ground. And it's going well for us.
And you guys delivered the goods. One more time, give it up for Queasy and Veno, your Game 5 winners! Let's head back to Zeke.
And Acorn, they'd be some of the last to jump on over. And we said we want to see Epic Whale and Reed. They're just above sitting down, so this might be their game. But first, Veno and Queasy have to show us why they're in the lead.
And they don't really have to do anything here. Look at the loot right now. They're on the edge of zone. They have some high ground. All these players flying through the sky. Easy shots. You're just like serving it up on a silver platter for a team that has been playing this good, but only 7 damage below the threshold.
And let me tell you something, this is not bad for a team that lands north and then has this half in, half out pull north. It makes a big difference when you are already positioned there and this comes your way. Now they just have to worry about damage management and closing out this last game. But
a few centimeters in the wrong direction. He goes down, he goes out. But Queasy and Veno are trying to go up. They're trying to take the game by storm, and they get it, Monster. They got the high ground for now.
But it's not for free. They do have a duo on their heels. Who is it? It's Restguard, who tried to fight for it, but he is not going to be successful this time around. Last hope potentially in this lobby, still in the run.
Saw threats go down to the bottom half of the map. That's Trulex and Chicho take him down. Kanata falls as well. Ed's gonna get one. Queasy Veno trying to go ahead and put themselves outward so they can continue that damage. Seats a solo stuck at the outside of zone.
Duke has to fight back, and down he goes, and it is all over. And once again, we might be seeing our first team who is setting up for a back-to-back.
Back-to-back, that is going to leave them with all the confidence in the world to end day 1 and go into day 2. They have 10 eliminations onto Vico from the low ground. He's trying to have a comeback for the ages to close out day number 1. Shots on the Tripram, a huge amount of damage. He drops him down as well, but goes down altogether. Valiant effort by Vico.
It is a worst-case scenario for Thomas HD because his biggest threat is on high ground, but Reet is fighting back. Reed takes down Queasy on height. He is turning this around and trying to turn this into potentially a solo game. Meanwhile, Thomas finds Watts. Thomas is still alive, and Reek falls there in the end. Wicked Thomas holding the low ground. Chicho's right next to him. Trulix hurts him too, but Veno has the grip of height. Acorn waiting on the side. Out of builds, he's gonna have to come down too. It's all over. The gas tank is empty. Down he goes. And now off to Seti.
It's Cammy and Seti, the only duo left, and they find another one. Veno trying to put wonders. 1v2 situation. What can he do here to take home the big prize and end with back-to-back victory royales to end the day? But a team looking to take first place back. Cammy and Seti, and they try to steal it away by getting that VR to end game 6.
Now we have Kelly standing by with the duo in first place. Kelly, take it away.
Everyone, I am joined by Veno and Queasy, our first place team out of day 1. All right, so this is a stat that was happening, I think even before game 6 was going on, but you had the most solo eliminations with 17 elims. I'm sure that is even more now. How do you do it?
I'm the best player in the world.
I love it. I love the confidence. But how do you know when to go for the elimination and when to, like, step back?
It's nice having a balance. It's good having a balance. We have chugs, so a lot of the time when we're playing high ground, I can drop back and look for kills, especially when I have the Ranger shotgun because of the range on it. And that's when you can at least get a lot more kills. And I used a Ranger shotgun really well the other game. I got a kill on the Asia team, Zagu, I think. And that led us to winning that game.
I mean, obviously, it's not just winning you the game, but it's also winning you the whole tournament right now. Queasy, after that VR in Game 5, to almost do it again in Game 6 as well. I mean, obviously, you're going into day 2 pretty confident.
Yeah, of course. I mean, the lobby is not that hard. I feel like we should have been way better than we are right now. We had, like, a hard choke in Game 4 and 5, I think. Or no,
Wait, you got the VR in Game 5.
3 and 4. But yeah, other than that, feeling confident going tomorrow.
I mean, obviously, you guys are doing something right. You're in first place right now. Good luck in day 2, and thank you for joining me here for an interview. And we're going to head back on to the desk.
Opportunity, if they're low on surge, to just clean up the lobby.
And we wanted to check in with Veno and Queasy. How have they managed to take this zone favor and turn it to their advantage? Heavy material, big HP, well above the surge, launch pads to work with. This is a story written for them right now. And again, you saw how many points they had leading coming into this. This can only end well for them at this point. Look, Acorn as a solo right now, making do with anything, right? Honestly, when we last tuned in, he barely had something, but on high ground, Queasy and Veno have now solidified themselves as the Titans up top.
Both of them coming off the back of Larson and that early game start, but first place, Queasy and Veno holding on high to the high ground in the sky.
And Brazil is still alive in this game as well, so we have EU, NA, and Brazil all in the same game. You can see that he goes, and now we're looking at a 2-on-2 +1 in the mix there in the low ground. Queasy and Veno are starting to run out of, Matt's down low, but that's all. They have tons of heals to work with. Meanwhile, Bevies is just clawing his way through the builds here. It is not looking too good. Queasy's gonna get burned there for over-peeking down low, but this should be their game.
That feeling of deja vu comes in yet again, picking up where they left off from yesterday. But this time, Janice and Vidil, the team from Greasy Grove, making it this far, and it's come down to a 2v2 situation between two of the top teams in EU. With Janice and Vidil feeling the pressure of the high ground, running out of builds. This is basically Queasy and Veno's game.
Both sides are starting to run out now. Queasy's down to 1 build as well. This is looking very dire. They're gonna have to cap off. Janice and Vidil know better. They need to continue the pressure. Veno goes down. He takes a shot. Vidil blocks it. Beautifully done. Janice stuck up from behind. Queasy with a great follow-up. And oh my gosh, it was so close. But Queasy touches out in the end. EU, Veno, Queasy from first to another first, literally.
From high ground in 6 moving zone, the calculated play pays off. They hold on through and through. This is one team you don't want to give a single advantage to, because you will regret it at the end of the day.
Veno and Queasy are showing us why they are cut above the rest, and they're looking good while they do it. The ability to capitalize on pulling that north zone is just making it look so easy for them. Let's get caught up here.
I'm joined now by your Game 7 winners. It's Queasy and Veno! What an incredible way. We talked about this only a short time ago about coming in at like a strong start here, Veno, and you have done exactly that with an incredible endgame finish.
Yeah, I know. It's unbelievable. Hopefully we can still close it out. We're feeling good. Maybe we should get a bit more kills. 4-kill win, but we're feeling good.
We saw some of the teams around you managing to score a lot of points as well. Were you conscious of that going through, or were you focused simply on the task at hand, which was seeing that out and getting the victory royale?
We're just focused on playing our own game and winning the game. That's it. Like, brand new day, brand new everything.
Well, it was a great start to proceedings and a great start to this competition on day number 2. Let's get back to Zeke and the desk.
The other teams are stuck in that mess on the side. They did just enough damage to weaken one team to try to put them the focus of that lobby.
Veno and Queasy already positioned up at the north side here. Here comes another launch pad. It's down, and the heals are looking excellent for this duo, but the material count halfway. They will have to fight for a refresher. Veno is going to get tagged by Refsgaard there, and he loses his shield as well, and now split from Queasy. Queasy bases out wide here to put up a front on high ground. It's Scram and Chimp who land outside of the Lustrous Lagoon, all of a sudden trying to turn or duos at the top right now. Because at the end of the day, we know they put in all the work. Veno is going to find Reet and then crank his way up to high ground, and all of a sudden, he is trying to go for a back-to-back. They might just be the most winningest team of the FNCS Invitational at this rate.
Back-to-back games, 6 moving zone. They take the high ground with a well-paced launch pad, but Scented and Cold, they find 2 eliminations on their way to the end game. And if they could just make it that far, they're trying to stay ahead of zone, trying to find some elevation to work with. But Chimp and Scram fighting for the high ground against Queasy and Veno. And Veno right now doing a great job building high enough to shut down that opportunity.
Queasy's gonna meet him there as well. Look at this, it's gonna cost him a ton of material. So it's not over yet. Launchpad comes in, and there it is. He almost gets boxed out, and Queasy and Veno have to give up the high ground. Veno drops down, takes some fall damage here, and the defense, it's Chapix, it's Tayson on height, out of nowhere.
And while all this action's going down in the mud towards the low ground, Booga and Miro found 2 more eliminations. They're continuing to light things up as Andalix finding one. Veno finds another on Robot Kebab before going down. Queasy left by himself, no build, just a few bandages. This man is trying to make miracles happen. Looking towards the backside of zone, he gets shut down.
Further, how far can he push the envelope? Veno, Queasy, absolutely executing, putting in an exceptional performance, not just one day, but 2 days in a row here. And if there's a team, if there was a team that everyone was talking about, it was Queasy and Veno leaning into the competition. We had that awesome videos segment where we interviewed the players and asked them, who do you have as the best player here, the player to look out for? Veno was amongst that conversation everywhere.
6 moving zone. This is where typically Queasy and Veno try to make a shot for it, and right now it does look like that one's going to come to fruition yet again. These guys know how to play the end game and take control, but Hydro and Belusi, one of few teams trying to fight for it as well. Macwood and Kanata flying through the sky. They don't want to even contest it. They
Duos nearby, and the tracking on Hen is exceptional, but high ground. Queasy and Veno managed to pull through. Honestly, the resilience of this team to continue to play for height. They're now just inches away from the finish line at this point as they continue to dominate the lobby.
And look at that. They're going to be able to hold high ground on top of the blimp. They only just have to force one duo and then maybe read down for it. But the team having free rotation after free rotation, Queasy and Veno pressuring the lobby from the high ground.
They're looking so good doing it as well. Belusi and Hydra try to get out, and no, swatted out the sky. It's over. It's a no-fly zone. And Veno and Queasy are just running away with height. Meanwhile, Scented finds one of the feet there. Scented and Cold might be one of NAE's last hope inside this last lobby. Savage is still alive too, just by himself though, very hurt. I drop hunting nearby. Great way to start to turn around here and put a little pressure on the high ground, but this time there, 111 onto height. Savage demands respect, but Queasy says, stop that. It shuts it all down.
Perfect opportunity to stagger himself to the backside of zone. Spots eye drop up, but he continues to drop down low. High ground was taken away by Cammy and Seti. Better late than never as they're forcing everybody down, and they have that free rotation towards the low ground if they want to take it.
This is excellent now. Cammy and Seti have a chance here to close the gap and take back first place. They started it off that way, and they want to remain, but Queasy is still here. Don't out of points, and now it's Cold Incented. Assumed he saw the feed. Take a look at how Veno picked up his elimination. Just boxes up Janus like it's nothing and takes him right out the lobby. Look at his face. He knows for a fact that that was a huge elimination, and he made it look easy.
If anybody is full of confidence, it is Veno, 100%. You ask him who the best player in the world is, he's gonna point at himself with 2 fingers, and honestly, it would be more if he had more.
We've only seen Kanata maybe once or twice make an endgame. Now he's going for it.
And you know what time it is right now. You know what time it is, right? 6 moving zone. Got them on the big screen. Queasy and Veno, this is where they typically always, and I mean always, at least try to make a play for the high ground. And I feel like they have the most success in the lobby so far when it comes to making those plays happen. But Sentin and Cold talked about the position they are. 3rd place on
launch pads in the inventory. They have everything they need. Queasy and Veno are playing such an interesting strategy. Late from behind, they try to swing all the way on in, and that is such an interesting way to play this one out, because what they want to do is allow the zone to pull very, very far, give them room, and then time that entrance. And now look at this. It puts them in a prime position to start eyeing and sizing up high ground. Box. No, sir. That was a mistake.
And they instantly close in on them like a Venus flytrap as Queasy and Veno. They've done it yet again. They have that portion of the high ground, but you see they're staggering Veno back, wanting to let nobody get any opportunity to try to steal it away, and the only person that does gets taken down almost immediately, adding to their elimination total.
Ground and Queasy and crew, and there it is. Trippin falls. Thomas is now by himself.
They're trying to go for the high ground right now, but Chapix is shut down. But Tayson's having to do it by himself. But Queasy, he's going to abandon it for now. Veno's going to follow suit. Shots coming in. This is huge. Chapix goes down, though. The refresh and the siphon is absolutely important. Tayson trying to break into the box, but he goes down. Veno and Queasy will not be denied.
And this is why they're some of the best. He was there to back him up, and it works out so well. Bevies and Vortexer from contesting Booga and Miro at the drop, running them out of Chonker Speedway, now running it up to the high ground here in an endgamer, looking like they want to take home their first victory of the weekend.
Down goes Veno. Down goes one member of the first place team.
To the hands of Cammy.
This is a chance right now for teams to try to overtake that top spot, and one of them is going to be Thomas HD as a solo, doing everything that he can, try to move through the builds. He has enough resources to make it happen, but Queasy, no builds to his name. 1v1 against Drew, but he gets taken.
Plays with the elimination, and he actually gets that one too. Afterwards, he does go down, so at least he earns some points, but that's gonna freeze him in time, lock him in at 5th, and open things up. 1st, 2nd, and 3rd has so much less to worry about. This is by far one of the toughest games Queasy and Veno have had on the day, and it all makes sense. It's pulled in such a far direction that you can see that it finally has caught up.
Yeah, especially since game after game after game, they had that recipe for success, and such a drastic change.
While all this is going on, Queasy and Veno continue to earn more, this time onto the international duo, the mixed duo of Chimp and Scram. So they knock down Scram, they catch him in the spider's web, and through the trap door, the trap hole, Chimp gets caught as well. You can see he just punches his fist there. He says, man, I missed that one.
Yeah, and a prime example right there of why you try to use as much as your hard mats first before you go ahead and try to use that wood, because it's easily destroyable. They can break through it, shots can fly through, and it's going to be hard to hold. And game number 10 victors are just one box away from Queasy and Veno. That's Clicks, that's Duke, trying to have some replicated success.
Boys up, Cold is still alive, earning points. Queasy goes for height. They said, NA, what? We're up here, let's do it.
With or without resources, that is their play. Call it their signature move. 5 eliminations, but now they find a way to stabilize. They have done it, Monster. They have secured the high ground and taken it away from Kanata and Macwood. With the launch pad going out, that's going to be recycled for sure. Everybody has to go up and down these terrains. This one, Monster, is a literal roller coaster.
We might see a 3-way fight for height. Bad Sniper, Noah, touchdown and go for it. Jamper and Peterbot, they want their win too. Everyone wants a win here today. Bad Sniper gets slapped up by Kanata though on the side. Kanata takes down Veno while he's at it, and just like that, Queasy is left by himself.
And Cold gets another one as well.
That is right, Zeke. Joining me right now, I have Queasy And Veno, and guys, you gotta talk to me about that game, the early game fight that you had and survived. I didn't think it was possible, but you're able to clutch it out.
A lot of people just fighting around us. This kind of makes it really scuffed. We did manage to clutch out of the game, well, at least a decent amount. Setting Cammy won, which is unfortunate. It comes down to the last game. It's competitive.
It's obviously a bit rough after game 11, having first place for so long, going to second, but it's the final game, final opportunity. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. We'll see what happens, I guess. Not much more to say, but yeah.
Fair enough. I totally understand you guys wanting to focus up right now, and I believe we're going to be moving on, everyone.
Right, let's do it.
50-50 right out of the gates on game number 12, but there's going to be nothing on top for anybody to work with, and they immediately change their routes. They don't want to go ahead and contest the same building where Mr. Savage had that best drop at that time. What is this? What is this? Queasy, Veno are trying to take it by force.
You only win in one way, and that's taking that crown. Veno is here. Queasy is here. Down goes Seti. It's a big trade. It's a one-on-one. This has to be one of the most explosive head-to-heads we have ever seen. Veno has to get this thirst here. He knows now it means everything. We might as well seal this deal. Why wait?
Bubble shield going out. He's trying to bait it. He's trying to bait the revive so that way Cammy might peek. Breaks through the wall. Shot's gonna be fired! And they do it! Become Legends are on top!
Become Legends has officially managed to win the biggest fight of their careers. Cammy and Seti put it all on the table, and you know what? I absolutely respect Queasy and Veno for giving it that chance.
Guess what? Ladies and gentlemen, we have Queasy and we have Veno. They are standing by. We're going to get their emotional reactions to the end of the competition.
Yes, we do. Queasy, Veno, fellas, thank you for putting on the most unbelievable display these last 2 days. It has been incredible. One of the boldest plays we've seen, I think, ever before. Walk us through the last game and what was going through your minds going into it as well.
I guess Queasy will say it best. Queasy will say it best.
Queasy best, yeah.
So, first of all, I think I was like fully committed to it, and Veno was like, I think his nerves were getting a little bit in, you know? And then he said like, let's do it. And then we just full sent it. We somehow outdropped him, I don't even know. And yeah, then I like made a big mistake. Like I peeked the second guy, which I shouldn't, and then the rest is history.
The rest is history. But what an historical moment it was. I mean, we mustn't deny as well that you put on such a great display this last 2 days. I mean, you must be very proud as well, Veno, of what you boys achieved here at Invitational.
No.
No. You go back to the drawing board. I mean, the thing is, bold play is what it's all about in Fortnite, and you proved that you have that in your locker, and it was incredible.
Yeah. We played well. We could have played better. Seti played amazing. Shout out to Seti and Cammy. They're good friends of mine and Queasy's. There's hope there's no hard feelings there. We tried to make a play there. At the end of the day, they won.
I think one thing we've noticed this week, entire weekend, we've experienced this, is the community, the players, everyone together. I mean, shout out to Cammy and Seti as well. You guys played incredibly, they played incredibly, and it could have gone either way at the end there, Queasy.
Yeah, I agree. It was all up to that last game, but they got the better of us.
Hey, there's always next time. Obviously, this experience as well for you both. I know you must be deflated, but I really appreciate you guys chatting. What's your experience been like, though, with the rest of the players, the audience screaming for you guys? I mean, it must have been such a great experience being here.
Yeah, it was a great experience. I can't wait for the next one.
You can't wait for the next one, Queasy.
It's been amazing.
It's been amazing. Thank you so much once again, Queasy and Veno. Thank you for making this just legendary, boys. Back to the rest of the desk. Thank you so much, boys. Oh, Jakarta.